welcome back to Cheap and Green. We're outside on this beautiful June day, and I want to show you how to have a beautiful outdoors garden area and deck or porch for not a lot of money. This is my latest acquisition, this beautiful wicker love seat. Now, I actually was driving my daughter to school and I saw it on garbage day. It's true, I garbage picked this wicker couch. And yes, I know it's a little worn, it's a little beat up. This arm is a little beat up, but it works great and it fits perfectly in this space. I looked all over for something that would fit in this space, and you can't beat free. Both these chairs were thrifted. The white one, the very chipped white one, was a garage sale find. I think I paid $5 for that, and it'll need a can of spray paint. The other wicker chair I actually bought at a model home sale, I think probably decades ago. I was going to tell you exactly, but I'm not going to tell you exactly now. We'll just say decades. And the table in the middle, I believe the very dirty table that needs a wash, was from the Restore. This brush nickel light fixture was from the Restore. I want to say it was $8, can't quite remember. And actually the screen door was also from the Restore. We got this one and the one for the back door for $40. And the cute robin door decoration I just picked up at the dollar store. I think it was $3. The chandelier was repurposed from my daughter's room. When we changed the fixture in her room, this had a shade on it, and the shade was really badly damaged. So I just took the shade off, and I've taken all the wire out of it, and now it lives there. This crane bird sculpture was actually picked up at the side of the road. A lot of people in our town, when they don't want anything anymore, they just leave it at the curb. And I've been trying to decide whether I want to paint them or not, but I don't know, I'm sort of liking that rusty look. This jungle is my hosta and fern garden. It's very shady here. Right now we're getting dappled sun because it's late in the afternoon, but it is a very shady spot. So these guys just love it here. And most of the things were here already, but I've moved them around, and the hostas grow so huge that I end up splitting them up almost every year. So these hostas have basically populated my entire garden. This ladder was actually appropriated out of a dumpster. Somebody was renovating and it was just sitting on top, so I asked them if I could climb in and grab it. And now I've got two beautiful clematis that are making their way up, and you can see that they're just about ready to bloom. So that'll be really cool. These beautiful purple flowers were actually dug out of a ditch. These are wildflowers in our area, and they are very lovely. They don't bloom for very long, but right about this time of year, they're absolutely glorious. So I didn't pay a nickel for those. Just about everything in this garden was free or nearly free. This is a new garden. This wasn't here when we moved in. So I populated it by basically splitting other plants. All the hostas here are from elsewhere, and the ferns in the back are from elsewhere. That sedum was in the front. And these are yellow, they're primroses. I'm not sure what the botanical name is, but they came from a neighbor. This batch here and that batch over there came from a neighbor. These ones here, don't know what they're called, but they bloom gorgeously purple, dark, deep purple. And those also came from a neighbor, as did the Christmas rose right there. I'll make sure that I post pictures of these actually in bloom on my Instagram account. So if you're following me on Instagram, you'll get to see what they look like actually in bloom. It's just a little bit early. The garden that runs all the way down the property along the fence was not here up to, well, I guess maybe even this year. What happened was we got a giant pile of mulch, like really crazy giant. And we ended up with too much, and I didn't know what to do with it. So we just actually dumped it along the fence, That was 2 years ago, and in that time it's decomposed and it has turned what was terrible clay, hard packed clay soil, into quite nice rich garden soil. So this summer we are spending populating this, garden that is basically full of weeds with hostas and ferns and other plants that are donated from either other spots in the garden or from lovely neighbors. This beautiful plant with its gorgeous dark burgundy stems I just got from a neighbor a couple of weeks ago, and of course she told me what it's called, but I can't remember, so I'll have to ask her. But it's really beautiful. I love the contrast with the sort of lime green fern and that dark burgundy. In behind here is a climbing hydrangea. They are very, very slow to grow, so it'll be a long time before I see it clamber up the fence. But that was also a neighbor donation, as was this iris. The skateboard was actually painted by my daughter for an art project for school, so it's going to live in the garden here. I just picked up these two pair of fence post toppers. They have beautiful sort of sunflower design, stained glass design on them. And I think I got both of them for $5 at a garage sale. We're in deep shade now, and so this is a very, very dark garden. It's also sort of mosquito heaven. But just about everything in this garden came from a neighbor. The hosta I dug out of that hosta and fern garden I showed you earlier. And over in front of the apple tree on the left and also on the right is Pulmonaria. Common name is lungwort. It's a terrible name. But it looks very pretty. It's very dappled and it blooms pink and purple flowers. So I have just planted that and it looks a little sad right now, but it's going to perk up. This hosta here was one that I was really coveting. I really wanted that sort of bluish green hosta with the great big leaves, but they are ridiculously expensive at garden centers. Like, you can expect to pay nearly $20 for a hosta. But I was walking Rosie and somebody had this in their yard waste bag, and I thought it was just a leaf at first, but I gave it a little tug and it was actually a whole plant. So so it got to come with me on my dog walk, and then it got transplanted when I got home. So I'm really hoping it's going to survive and fill in this empty spot. I picked this beautiful bird feeder from actually the antique warehouse where I have my booth. This was at the outside display, and I only paid, well, it was under $20. I can't remember exactly because I got a bit of a discount, but I have always wanted this kind of thing, and the squirrels have really done a lot of damage on this. They've really been chewing it. I had no idea squirrels could be so destructive. So we're going to have to reshingle the roof now, but it looked very lovely when I first put it in, and we are really enjoying having the birds out in the backyard. So the next garden is Maya's garden. This was actually a project for her when I was homeschooling her. So it's been here for a few years, but she's the one that chose all the plants based on our zone, and she helped me plant them. And the other additions are, of course, neighbor donations, like this absolutely gorgeous bearded iris. So one of my neighbors was just cleaning out her garden, and she just left these at the curb, and I just couldn't be happier. That's absolutely beautiful. This is the newest addition to our garden, and that's this white squirrel sculpture. I love him so much. I think he's so charming and adorable, and I really like him tucked in beside the iris. Now, this white squirrel actually showed up on Facebook from one of my favorite thrifting stores, Pass It On in St. Mary's, and they had very kindly given me a gift certificate, so I was able to pick up this lovely squirrel using my gift certificate, so it didn't cost me anything. This wicker chair I picked up for free at the Restore. They weren't even selling this. This was totally for free. Again, it needs a bit of a paint job, but that's easy enough to do with a can of spray paint. This little wheelbarrow is exactly the right size for a small garden like I have, and it's not so big that when it's full I can't lift it. And I was lucky enough to find this absolutely free. This was posted on an online garage sale site and they didn't want any money for it, so I just went and picked it up. Patio furniture can be so ridiculously expensive, like thousands and thousands of dollars, and I won't pay that. Especially in Canada, we only have 3 months of really good weather, and it just seems crazy to pay for something that will cost more than my inside furniture. So I am hugely a fan of thrifting for outdoor furniture, and let me see what I found. Let me show you what I found. So I've always wanted one of these. Look, it moves. I love that. This was a curbside find. It wasn't wanted anymore. It's a little squeaky, but I love it. Thanks for joining me on Cheap and Green, and I hope I have given you a little bit of inspiration to be able to beautify your outdoors this summer for as little money as possible.